I gave my cheating wife a second chance. She did it again. The pain was so overwhelming. I had panic attack. I don't even know where to begin. When I think about everything that happened, it feels like a bad dream I've finally woken up from. But it wasn't a dream, it was my life for far too long. We'd been together for years, and for a while, it felt like things were great. She was funny, kind, and someone I thought I could trust with my heart. We even talked about building a future together, buying a house, maybe starting a family someday. I thought we were solid. Then one day, I found out she cheated on me. I don't even remember how I found out, whether it was a message on her phone or something she let slip, but I do remember the crushing weight of that realization. My heart felt like it was being ripped out of my chest. She cried when I confronted her. She said it was a mistake, that it didn't mean anything, and that she loved me. I wanted to believe her so badly. She promised it would never happen again. She swore up and down that she would do anything to make it right. And I forgave her. Looking back, I think I convinced myself that everyone makes mistakes, that love was about forgiveness. But the truth is, I was afraid to lose her, afraid to start over, afraid to admit that maybe the relationship wasn't as perfect as I thought it was. For the next 2 years, I tried to let it go. I really did. And things seemed fine for a while. We went back to laughing, spending time together, and making plans for the future. But deep down, something had changed. There was a crack in the foundation, and no matter how hard I tried to patch it, I couldn't forget what she'd done. Then it happened again. Same guy. 2 years later. When I found out this time, it didn't even feel real. It was like a bad movie I couldn't escape from. She gave me the same excuses, the same apologies, the same tears. She begged me to forgive her, swore she loved me, and promised it was over. And, God, I hate to admit this, but I forgave her again. But I don't even know. Maybe I thought she'd change. Maybe I thought love was supposed to be messy and complicated, and that if I stuck it out, we'd get through it. But the truth is, I was fooling myself. For more years went by. We bought a house together, and for a while, it felt like maybe we'd turned a corner. I told myself the worst was behind us. I wanted to believe we were stronger for everything we'd been through. Then came the night that changed everything. I came home from work one evening, exhausted but happy to finally be home. I opened the door and immediately, something felt off. The lights were dim, the house was eerily quiet, and there was this faint smell in the air, like cologne, but not mine. I walked into the bedroom, and my stomach dropped. The bed was unmade, the sheets were crumpled, and there, on the nightstand, was a used condom wrapper. She was sitting on the edge of the bed, calm, almost like she'd been waiting for me. When I asked her what was going on, she looked me in the eye and said, "Are you sure you want to sleep in the bed where I fucked him yesterday?" I can't even describe what I felt in that moment. Anger, betrayal, heartbreak, it all hit me at once. But more than anything, I felt numb. I sat down, trying to make sense of what was happening, and I asked her why. Why would she do this? Why couldn't she just be honest? She didn't care. She started telling me every disgusting detail about her affair, about how it started, how often they'd been together, even how they'd given each other STDs. And then, as if that wasn't enough, she started crying. She called me her best friend, said she didn't want to lose me, and told me she hoped we could get back together someday. That was it. That was my breaking point. I packed a bag that night and left. I didn't know where I was going, but I knew I couldn't stay. For the next 2 years, I focused on myself. I got a better job, started working out, and slowly began to rebuild my life. It wasn't easy. There were days when I felt like the pain would never go away. But little by little, I started to heal. Then last summer, she came back. I was at a music festival with some friends, having a great time, when out of nowhere, she showed up. She grabbed me by the shoulders and said she wanted to talk. The moment I saw her, my chest tightened. My vision blurred. I started shaking. I had a full-blown panic attack right there in the middle of the crowd. That was the last time I saw her. I've moved on now, and I'm in a much better place. But if there's one thing I've learned from all of this, it's that love shouldn't come at the expense of your self-respect. Forgiveness is one thing, but when someone shows you who they are, believe them. I used to think giving her chance after chance was a sign of strength. Now I know the strongest thing I ever did was walk away.